Hello, powerful people. Welcome to Beyond Karma here on Tuesdays with myself, Crystal Yardley. It is so nice to be tuning back in with everyone again. Welcome to everyone who's coming on. Erin, I see your question. Thank you so much. Greetings, Lupo. Hello. Hello. Anna Perella. Hello, dear soul. So nice to see everyone starting to trickle in and already some questions coming in. And while we're waiting for more and more beings to arrive, greetings, Murdoch. Welcome, Woo family. I wanted to share with you that, again, as I said, you're tuning in here Tuesdays on the Beyond Mystic channel for Beyond Karma. And on this show, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but in general, what we love to do is come together with the culmination of the energies from the community, from this beautiful soul family, to come together in support of each person's questions. What are you going through right now? What are you struggling with? What are you excited about? What can we celebrate you with? What can we how can we all be here for each other? Because it's the energy of us all together that really makes magic happen, that really moves us beyond our karma, that allows us to see deeper into our karmic patterns. And so this show and myself are here every Tuesday to support and to get curious together in for you and with you, to get some bigger guidance into what's coming up. So that is where you're tuning into. And I also wanted to remind you that you can find me here on the Beyond Mystic consultations page. I'm offering hour-long intuitive readings, and as well as half-an-hour sessions. You can go on to beyondmystic.net to book there. All the sessions are recorded. An hour gives us lots of time to really dig in, really tune in, get some questions answered, help you to think outside of the box, help to bring in confirmation to a lot of the intuitive knowings that you're already picking up on, and really tap in together to help you really tune in with where you are, and ultimately with becoming the highest version of yourself. That is what I'm here for. That's what I'm passionate about. And you're tuning in today. We are streaming on Beyond Mystic Rumble channel. That is Jean-Claude at Beyond Mystic. So you can catch us there. We have so much incredible content that's available to you, coming at you every week. And as well as right here on the Beyond Mystic, Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. So please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to these channels. It is for you that, for you and because of you, that this can all happen. So for anyone that is new, if you haven't gone over to the Rumble or the YouTube channel yet, please do go on over, subscribe, open up that little bell, make sure that you're getting reminders that this content is being provided to you on a daily basis. What a gift. So right to it here, we're going to jump in with the energies of the day. So I'm going to start with a little tune in, and then I've got one question popping up so far. So what do we need to know about the energies of today? I'm going to pull my cards up and let's see. I'm going to pull them up and shuffle, and then we'll make them bigger. How is everyone feeling? You know what? Before I do that, I'm actually going to go ahead here and light my Palo Santo, have a sip of my tea. And I've shared with you before, the Palo Santo is, I like to save it until we're all on together, because I like to really unite our energies, call in the energies together, and bring us into this heart space, this power neutral, coherent space of love and generosity, kindness, reciprocity, all of that frequency that is the heart. And I find that the Palo Santo really taps us into that together. So I like to open the space with all of you here and clear my deck, clear my crystals, prepare my hands to tap into that frequency of the heart with all of you, to take some nice deep breaths. And then I like to bring my cup of tea in my Be Kind mug because this is a time where there's something about sitting down with a cup of tea that makes it feel like we're really hanging out all together, doesn't it? And you know, what's the first thing that quite often that we'll do when someone comes to visit is, oh, let's make a cuppa, right? Have a cup of tea and sit down and have a good chat. And so I like to make, I've got my Earl Grey tea going on. And I like to sit down and enjoy a cup of tea with you incredible human beings that I am so blessed to tune in with every week. Yes, hello, welcome. Greetings. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to tap into, starting out, what do we need to know about the energies of this week? Now, we're blessed on Saturday to tune in with Ashella, with Mama, dear Mama of mine, for her annual weekly, or for her weekly forecast, where she does the astrological overview wheel for everyone. We get to really culminate all our energies together and see what the week has in store. So today, right now, I'm just going to see, coming up onto Tuesday, what are we looking at? What can we work with right now? What do we need to know? And then we'll get right into questions. Please pop your questions in the comments. That's what I'm here for, to support all of you, to get curious together, to get playful together. And it's not just, you know, it's, I just heard, right, when we tap into that playfulness. I remember last show we had a human that came on, or a being that came on, that was saying this show is too light and you know, not deep enough for me. And there's something about the lightheartedness and the playfulness and that heart-centered space of openness and curiosity, to me, that actually makes space for the depth, that makes space for us to hold container for these big questions, for these deeper questions. And also it creates a sense of safety for people to come in and be vulnerable, and to come in and share these more personal aspects of their life. You know, in general, we don't want to necessarily bring in too much heaviness to start, or overwhelm people when we're looking to cultivate these spaces of sharing. So what do we need to know? Ooh, I think we are already activating some of this fire horse energy. Wow. Okay. So isn't this incredible? So we're already bringing in a new energy. You know, we're in Aquarius season now. We're really stepping into the tail end, the last couple weeks of this wood snake year. And in doing so, we're starting to feel that activation. We're starting to feel that light up inside. And in that, we're also feeling a little defeated. We're feeling a little defeated in not in a bad way. We're actually feeling really ready to let a lot of our old thought patterns go. We're really ready to let go of old dynamics, old situations, and old systems. Very interesting. And, it's the ones that have not been serving us. We're really working with like being discerning about what aspects of our world, our leaders, our systems, really looking at it through a new lens of, okay, how do we work with this? And this is coming up right now in the energies of today going forward this week, what we're needing to know. We're really letting go, shedding the skin. The shedding has already begun. And then who are we stepping into? It's very interesting that this Emperor energy is in there. Aha. Oh, interesting. Okay. Lastly here, we're working at, so where we've been in a very, there's a lot of this sort of when we're in surrender or allowing parts of ourselves, letting parts of ourselves go, there's this real sort of masculine energy that wants to come in and drive us harder. That's not wanting to appear weak, or like we've had the wool pulled over our eyes, or like we still want to feel like we're in the fight. But it's a lot more about, we're not just doing it on our own anymore. We're teaming up, just like we are in this community, right? We're teaming up, we're stronger in numbers. So we're starting to really come together, work in partnerships, connect with other like-minded spiritual people. Mom had said in the forecast this week that there was going to be a lot of really sweet energy between people. And I'm really seeing that as long as we can stay in our spiritual selves, we need to really let our minds, if you find yourself too in your head and you're having these like kind of battles in your head, or these little spats with people, come back into your own balance place. Take some time, take some breaths, and really, like we did in the very beginning here, coming back into our heart space. Let's not let these little battles take us down. And we're going to really work at like, where is this my opportunity to come at this situation differently, where I'm not fighting with the other, or where we're not attaching too much to those little ruptures. What we're doing is like, oh, I see what Spirit's doing. Spirit is giving me the opportunity. That's what fives are. What do I say? Fives are something for us to embrace, because they are the messengers of the upgrade. They are the messengers of the change, right? So if this comes in, it's like, how is that my opportunity to be even better, right? How is this my opportunity for a spiritual upgrade when these little battles come in? This is the energy that we're coming into this week with. Love it. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in with me and bringing in that wisdom. And now, down to questions. I think I've got everyone started here. Here we go. Let's dive in. Yes, there we go. Wonderful. Okay. Greetings, Erin. A gray dove visited me last Wednesday whilst I was getting ready for a funeral for my aunt. I'm wondering if that was a message from my aunt. Oh, lovely. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Give me one moment here. I'm gonna just go and okay. Wonderful. Let's see for you, Erin. Is this a message from your aunt? I'm gonna bring them up here. I like to have them close to my heart when I shuffle. This stuff, a message from your aunt. First of all, touching in with you, Erin, and holding your heart, sending you love and condolences for your loss. Interesting. Okay, look at this. So I would say, yes, this is a message, and I can tell you what this message is. So the Hierophant here, so this is quite often weddings, funerals, education, higher education. So this is, I would say, is a nod to the fact that this has to do with the loss and the funeral for your aunt. So that's you preparing for it. And look at this here. Here's you being in your sovereignty, and she's got a little bird that comes and lands on her hand. It's the message bringer bird. It is, this bird is also seen in the star card, and it is that the like songbird. Oh, mom would know more about this, but so the message from your aunt here is this is the time for you to fully embrace the fact that you are a strong, self-empowered, feminine woman that is really ready to, like, you have all that you need. You're well cultivated, and that you can actually be sure to take the time now to really take some time to honor the fruits of your labor and who you've become. She's really celebrating you and who you've cultivated yourself to be. And she's saying, it's time to take that self and start to share yourself with the world a bit more. So time to go on some little trips, take some adventures. I get that she's encouraging you to tap into a bit more of your sort of like playful, adventurous spirit. And this might be a good year. She might really be guiding you to take some little journeys. Take some little journeys. This one, I quite often we get like warm places. This is a really a light, fiery energy. So going to maybe some warmer places, we quite often will see something like that, like Egypt, or even places like New Mexico, Sedona, Arizona, places where there's those really warm lands. So your aunt is saying, yeah, really honor who you've become. Don't just hold on too tight to that value. Use it to celebrate, use it to get yourself out into the world. I hope that resonates and makes sense, because I do feel like she was really speaking to you through that bird. So well done on recognizing that, right? Okay, beautiful, Erin. I've been struggling financially for the past months. Need direction if I should go back to a nursing job or continue with my day trading. Okay. Arieli, 444. Let's have a look. So I will pull 2 cards. So actually what I'm going to do is pull three piles. One on why are you struggling? What's this about? Is there wisdom behind it that is bigger than what you're discovering, but what you're seeing? We're going to look at nursing or day trading. Okay. Do you need to know about this financial struggle? So I'm going to do the financial struggle in the middle. Again, look at that. You've got the same 3 cards. Okay. Something to say about that. So we're going to look at going back to nursing. Or stepping towards the day trading. Okay, well, look at this. Look at this. Here we have, let me just organize it so you can see it. Okay, so here we have the wisdom in the financial struggle. So first of all, what I want to say is you're not alone. What is happening is that the systems and the higher powers, actually the higher systems, are pushing us all to step into new ways of financial. Yeah, right, Erin? Isn't that amazing? So she's got this too. So we're really, or Ariel, I'm not sure if you are a man or a woman, pardon me. It's hard for me to tell when we don't have names here happening. But nonetheless, this is a representation of a sovereign being. And this is a representation of we're going out there and we're building new systems. This year is very much about that. This year is very much about welcome. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. I felt that, so just making sure. You're really in the same place where you're not going back. There is no going back happening here. Look at this. Exhaustion, you ran your course with it, and it's going to be over. There's going to be some big overhauls happen in the medical system, and you're not going to want to be a part of that, my dear. Yeah, you're not going to want to be a part of that. So that is in the past for you. Here we are having the, more of the medical system in the past. What you're stepping towards is the system that your soul's path has called you back to. Yeah, called you back to. There is a whole new world that is opening for you, love. You're going to actually you're a way shower in this. You're going to be leading the way for many people. That is because this King of Pentacles comes, or this King of Swords comes in. This is a highly intelligent being. And I suspect you are as well, right? You have learned things along the way and you understand. You've been in the medical system. So there are going to be other awake beings that have been in that system that are scared to get out of it. And we're going to need to light the way, walk. This is you, right? That tightrope walker. He is very valiant. He is straddling the worlds. So it might take some time, maybe 7 more months to get it really so that you're feeling set up. But there you have a very special role to play here. And you're being definitely guided in that direction. Now, is there anything else here with the day trading? over the next 2 years, look at this. I'm so glad I pulled a couple more. I'm going to move those aside. Over the next 2 years, you are, so here's you. And this is kind of like you are working through this collective shadow right now. You're in it with many, many of us out there. Even if you don't struggle financially, those of you that are out there that have really done well financially, this is in this lifetime, this is a deep wound, at least, 5,000 years, or 5 generations, let's say, at least 500 years. But what we have here is that this year now is where we start building the new way forward. This year is where you are building the legacy. So over the next 2 years, you're going to see how we've got these 2 cards where it's like kind of juggle, 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 but it is worth it. In the long run, it is worth it. And you may even actually have, I see that you might have 2 homes or 2 locations that you work from. And that's where the day trading is really helpful, or 2 main investments that you're working with. Also, that could be a potentiality. So what are the top 2 that you feel really called towards? If you want further support with this at some point, I do encourage you, we could dive deeper into that with like even a half an hour reading or something like that, where we really find which, in terms of day trading, which places you're putting which trades you're putting your money in. But listen to your intuition and listen to your intelligence that you've gathered, because the world is your oyster right now, big time. So, yeah, right? It's hard to go back to nursing after being awake to everything. You're not going to need to, love. You are not going to need to. Yeah. Nice, John. Thank you. Day trading can be extremely positive because you trade on short gains and losses. Well, that's a whole nother world of genre that I don't know a whole lot about, but I love that some of you are able to support each other in that. Yeah, you're so welcome. And many of those that are in the financial struggle due to decisions that we've had to make, being awake and aware, stepping away from these systems, is it's a different type of value that we're cultivating as sovereign beings, my dear. And we're all in it together. So thank you for sharing where you're at. Thank you for being brave. And thank you for the work that you're doing, because you are going to be a way shower as well. All right, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. I was at a woo, Erin Lynn. I was at a woo convention, and a Akashic Records reader said they were getting Knights of the Round Table in my records, also Druid. Sounds outrageous. Okay. All right. Give me one sec here. Okay, Erin. I'm going to save this one because I've already answered one of your questions. So I'm going to leave it started. I'm going to move along. And if we have time to answer another one for you, I definitely will. Okay, my dear? What advice does the universe have for me moving in 2026? I love money and new adventures. Okay. And we are looking at, one moment here. Just making sure. Oh, everyone's coming in with questions. Don't want to miss anyone. Okay. I really enjoy day trading, but it's been like a seesaw, up and down with my profits. But I have more encouragement to continue. You know that 2 of Pentacles and the tightrope walker? It's okay that you're going up and down. Do not be afraid of that. We need to not be afraid that this is part of what we're being taught right now. It's part of being in the flow. We need to not be afraid that up and down means that we're unsafe. Up and down means that we're learning how to cultivate holding space for the light and the dark, for for the joy in the struggle. And then we start to see the big rewards. When we're trying to live too much in the safety, that is where they've had us stuck. If they've gotten us stuck into fives, we're afraid of the chaos to propel us forward. So we kind of just go where we're stuck at the 4, which is really foundational. And we kind of just go, oh no, I've got enough. This is safe. I'm going to just stay right here. I'm just going to be a little good worker bee or good little worker ant and do what I know that I need to. It's so much bigger than that. So don't be afraid of the ups and downs and the ebbs and the flows, because life is cyclical, and so is something like day trading, right? You have got this. You've got the intelligence and the tools that you need to make it happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I love that you're here. Thank you, Erin. Okay, going back to Chris Cole, 9506. What advice does the universe have for me moving into 2026? Let's have a look. Moving into 2026, advice for you. You know, when something like this comes up, it's advice for us all. All right, I'm gonna start with that, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, another 6. Love it. Okay, so first of all, I love that you said, I love money and new adventures. Money is an interesting one. So again, we're working with this 5 energy, and some of us hold back on taking adventures because we're afraid that we don't have the finances to do it. There was this show, Kindness Diaries, and I'm reminded to tell you about it because it was a man who, I think it was 2 or 3 seasons, and he went traveling on this little, he had a little yellow bug the first season, and then a little yellow motorcycle, and he traveled around the world on just the kindness of others. He had no money, and he would go to all of these different towns and stop at all these places, and he couldn't buy anything for himself, and he couldn't rent anything for himself. He had to just live off the generosity, the reciprocity, and the kindness of others. And there was certain ones that really showed up in a way that just blew his mind, that blew his heart open. I literally cried in every episode, because he was actually a very wealthy human. And what he would do is, when he was really moved by people, and they didn't know who he was, right? This show wasn't aired yet. And when he was really moved by people, he would give back to them in big ways. And he would set them up for life. He would fund their projects. And because they gave so open-heartedly, so selflessly to this man that needed their support, he would give back to them. And that's what this feels like to me. So this, how do you do adventuring in a new way, where it's a lot about adventuring through the magic of reciprocity? How are you going places and sharing your tools, your value, and who you are with other people? And maybe even you're traveling more through like checking out different community-based projects in different places, or volunteering your time for different programs or something like that in different places. It's not just traveling or adventuring to have fun. So now I'm speaking to adventures because that's what you said, but in general, this year 2026 for you is all about cultivating win-win-win dynamics in your life, and utilizing the full skill set of who you have generated yourself to be, coming in as the magician. And 2 6s here, you're really creating a space of balance, self reciprocity that you then share with the world, and enjoying the journey. 2 6s in 2026, right? it's a kind of like meander. It's kind of like, it's like slow and steady. You're not trying to like rush to get somewhere. We've been in a 5-year, we're now moving into a 6-year, right? So it's all about learn about the 6 energy and what that, the harmony in that. And every step along the way is a win. And if it's not, if it doesn't feel like a win, then you're like, ooh, where do I get the opportunity to turn this into a win? Love seeing that. I mean, what an incredible year going forward. Take a screenshot of that, my friend. We're all in this. This has been shed, right? This is done now. So how exciting is that? Blessings to you on that journey. Hopefully we get to interact with you during that time. 2026 is looking good for you, love. Okay. I've seen an orca, sea animal, yes. Orca-shaped clouds, not blurs, but clean shapes, lots of them. I know it was a message, but I'm not sure what the message is. Okay, does anybody know orca animal medicine? We have a lot of orca medicine here on the West Coast where we are. It's a very powerful and celebrated animal here. Animal? Mammal? Mammal. Being? What do we need to know about you and these orca-shaped clouds? Very interesting. Oh. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Okay, love it. So for one, what we know about orcas is that they travel in pods, right? They travel in groups. So you're being invited to really step into times of celebration right now. The message is, oh, you're in Croatia. Interesting. Okay. So celebration this year. It's really about coming together in with groups of people and spending time enjoying your time, especially like really honing in like your really quality friendships and connections. And if you don't feel like you have a lot of those, this is the year that the world, we have 222 people watching right now, by the way, that's lovely. The world is going to be opening up for you and allowing you to step through this gateway of seeing life through a new lens and really grounding into yourself. So there's a really nice actual balance for you right now about the balance between, okay, the sort of the poles between play and grounding. And you need healthy doses of both to be your fullest actualized self right now. So there's no headiness going on here. Like if you're finding yourself that you're really stuck in your head or that you're or feeling like, gosh, I'm spending so much time staring at the clouds, I should really do something. I don't think so. I think that is perfectly where you need to be. And that's kind of possibly even why they're giving you those messages of like, this is medicine for you. And we are celebrating you in that. So for one, I would look at orca animal medicine and that you're really on the verge of entering into an entirely new time in yourself and who you are, and that you're stepping forward in a new way this year. And part of that is there's a lot, she's the magnet queen, right? You're magnetizing abundance this year. you're magnetizing abundance and grounding, healthy home space, really self-actualizing all that you've been working towards. And also really enjoying, again, enjoying the simple things in life. This queen is very loves to cook and create and get your hands in nature and make things. She's very of the earth. So there's this beautiful balance between playfulness and celebration, and then groundedness and self creation, cultivation, and sharing that with your family and friends. What a beautiful time for you. So the orcas are really working with that message for you. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to take a moment here while we are at halftime. And I'm going to remind you to tune in to us on the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel, as well as Rumble. And I wanted to point out, since we are coming up to Valentine's Day, Ascension Argonites has a connecting to timeless love jewelry sale. So all of their pendants, bracelets, and silver jewelry are 25% off. You don't even need a code. It's automatically applied at the checkout, and you have until February 8th, obviously, because we need some time for shipping to get things to you in a timely fashion. And what an incredible gift to give to someone for Valentine's Day, right? Instead of diamonds or, the traditional ways that we go, there's so much intention behind this type of a jewelry offering. If who you're gifting to, maybe you're gifting to you, right? So if who you're gifting to is interested in that. Beautiful. Okay. Back at it we go. Just tap in with everyone. Some kind of starting point. Yes, if the clouds are some kind of starting point. Aw, you're most welcome, right? This is what we're doing. We're all here helping each other tune in to what does this all mean? Okay. Back we go. I make multidimensional connection healing. Is now the moment to start a practice? Let's have a look. Hello, Kristen. I'm answering your question. Multidimensional connection healing is now the right moment to start a practice. Let's have a look. So we can see here that now is definitely the time to be working on healing. We can see that a lot of people, a lot of beings, multi-dimensional, right? It's coming from different directions to work on heart healing at this time. We're really doing a lot of it through working with doing inner child work and working with the more sort of the innocent essence that is us as human beings. And we're really coming through that. And I get that probably over right now, it's kind of just sort of dipping your toe into it over the next 6 to 7 months, you're really strategizing what this offering would look like. So what this practice would look like. Really get clear in your who you're offering this to, what kind of practice you have, and it may even be something where you're actually working with people, either children or their inner children in some way, in some capacity or another. And this is going to take you, yeah, awesome. So yes to yeah, right. You'd like to know more about the multidimensional connection healing. Exactly, right? We would love to hear more about that. So how are you? I get that there's 3 pillars. So we're turning something that has been disappointing to you in the past, like you've tried this in different ways in the past, or you've really bumped up against your own shadow or integrating a lot of people's hurt, and that you're re-strategizing, like, how do you do this? How do you get it out into the world? I get that there's sort of 3 pillars to it in the way that you're coming about it, and it's really designing what this practice is, what it looks like, and that people are really beginning to be ready for this kind of work. You're making, I get, starting with having like 6-month plan, 3-year plan, 10-year plan. So it's not just focusing on the immediate, but focusing on like, where do you want to be in the next 6 to 7 months? Okay, check. Where do you want to be in the next 3 years? I suspect within the next 3 years, you're going to be doing more traveling. You're going to be taking who you are on the road and really sort of creating these more playful, interactive experiences with people. And this is your legacy, my dear. You're stepping onto your purposeful path. Do not be afraid to move into starting this practice. It does look like now is the time. It does look like now is the time. You might feel a little bit disheartened after the last few months maybe that you've been through. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you, because look, we already have one interested person, right? I think that it's going to build for you, and it is going to be exactly what you need it to be. This is the year for investing in the legacy of who we came here to be. Okay. Hello, Tara. Oh, good. Spot on. We're here with you. Keep us posted. We all need this work. So congratulations. Okay. Look at the USA possible government shutdown again, with my husband being a federal employee. Okay, love. How is that all going? Still. It's pushing him to do something more almost, I get. Let's have a look. It's like there's a new path that is meant to unfold for him, or a federal worker, being a federal employee. What do we need to know? Possible government shutdown. These two are determined to come up together. I tell you, we had a show earlier and it was coming up all the time. Okay. So there may be another shutdown. I get that it's like, it feels discouraging The mind feels like, what am I going to do about this? It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for a new path to be walked. I'm going to look. Okay. Again. Oh, I mean, it's so scary for us it feels so scary to think of moving beyond these systems. What does that even freaking look like? Right? It's like, what do I say again? So it's like having to take this downtime, being really freaked out about what this all means, being like, where do I go from here? What direction do I take? This is walking your own way, taking your own path. Being really freaking disappointed in all the time that you've put into this system, all the time that your husband has put in as a government worker, and look what he's left with. Look at what all of these people, where they're left with. Where are they meant to go from there? What they're meant to do is get together and create new systems of sovereignty and higher value. This is not working for a reason. So all that I can say is that it is looking, this is just like, what we had with the day trading coming in, right? With 444 there, it was like, what am I supposed to know? Do I need to go back to doing nursing? Nope. You need to be taking a new path forward. Your husband clearly has skills. You clearly have skills. It might even be you that's taking the lead in being the provider in the home, and your husband might need to take some internal journeying and find himself. So whenever there is this type of change and sadness, disappointment, chaos that comes in, it is the opportunity for the upgrade. So where are we taking it? Where are we taking it? And we're here with you. Please come back and ask more questions. Let me know if that resonates. And you know what? I feel you. And it's hard to be creative when you are in fear. It's hard to it's hard to think outside the box when we are pushed to our limits, right? But so many people are going to be pushed to their limits. How do we create something new? What are we meant to, it's like when devastation comes in, how everybody comes together when natural disasters happen and communities start to come together. What do we do? That's different here. He's not the only federal worker who is experiencing this. Come together, people. What do we do differently here? There is a new life of sovereign independence and value that is happening here. That's being birthed. I get chills when I say it. Okay. So our hearts are with you and your husband and your family. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have time for 2 more questions here, and then I'm going to wrap it up. One of your parents had passed away a while ago. Sorry to hear about that, love. Do they have any advice for you? Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull a card for each of them. I get mother, father. Mother, father. Oh, well, if that's a father card ever. Okay, so your dad is coming in and saying, oh, Tara, I'm so glad to hear that. So glad. Your dad is coming in and saying, girl, I got you. Okay. You are stepping into an age of power. You're stepping into an age, you're strategizing. It's like even your mom is like, strategize, honey, think like a man. Think like a man. Do like your father does. Well, I'm getting that, but there's something where it's very much about stepping into your empowered masculine and really thinking in almost a more of a linear fashion than you might normally think. And this guy can be pretty potent when he's well aspected. And I see on him, he's kind of got this like little smirk on his face. He's looking over to this guy. He's looking over in this direction. And he's kind of like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I see what you're saying there. It's kind of like and I get to that your dad was a powerful man, but he actually looked to your mom for a lot of like strategic thinking. Like he really I don't know anything about you, but I see him kind of out of the corner of his eye being like, mm-hmm, you're right. I get what you're saying. He really respects your mother's input as well. So empower yourself knowing that your dad has your back and let yourself be strong to that extent and use it's so funny. I have your mom over here going, think like your dad, and I have your dad over here going like, pay attention to your mom. She's got some beautiful wisdom. So it's a really beautiful pairing, the two of them together. And you're going to bring in aspects of both of them to head in a new direction. Mm-hmm. You're really birthing yourself as stepping into your highest spiritual potential this year. You're moving in a new direction. It may even be a physical move. There might be something physical that you're moving towards. Okay. And everything it's like your mom is saying to strategize, because everything that you call for will come to be. We're now in like manifestation season, manifestation year, okay? This fire horse year. And embrace being the mother to yourself. Embrace that motherly. You have the empress and the emperor. They're definitely both around you. They are both with you, cheering you on. They've got your back. So that's so beautiful to see. They've both come in. How lovely. Saying they have your back, right? Anything you wish can come true. So what do you wish? How do you send that out? They're there to pick it up and make it happen for you. Wow. Wow is right. Wow, so beautiful. Yeah. So beautiful. Okay. Got 1 minute left. Let's pull a card for the collective. I have cleared my angels and ancestor card. Let's see what we've got in store today. For anyone that didn't get their questions answered, come on back next week. I'll be here for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're most welcome. I don't know if that made sense. I don't know if they were supportive of each other in this lifetime or not, but if they weren't, they sure are in the afterlife, I tell you. So very interesting. They're really working together for you to have your back. All right, let's tap in as the collective here. What do we need to know this week? Huh. Interesting. This week, the Hermit, retreat and recharge. I feel that. I feel that. I'm going to make myself bigger. Let's have a look at what the Hermit medicine has to share with us. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. Been a lot of that today, right? Yes. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within. And if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, then you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside of you. Okay. You've been working hard and giving all of your energy to your current situation, and it may become draining and determinational to your development detrimental, pardon me. No pressure, just reading in front of hundreds of people. May become detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. Awesome. So you're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you're working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact in your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate, listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Yeah, you know what? It's okay to take some time. And here in the Western Hemisphere, we're really in the last sort of times of the Hermit energy. We are also in the last vestiges of the Hermit year, in the 9 year. So let's really take this time before we step into the fire horse to not rush towards what's coming next. Let's really take this time to, over this next couple of weeks, to come into some more meditation and into really tuning in with who we are stepping forward as in this beginning stages of 2026 and the fire horse year. So this week, rest, retreat, take some breaths, tune into that heart space. And if we're all doing it, then we'll know that this community is cultivating that energy this week. And lastly here, I wanted to share with you that what's coming up next. So you're watching again the Beyond Karma show right now. Tomorrow we have 1 p.m. Eastern, Beyond Critical with the incredible Max, loving all the information that he's been putting out and what he has to share. He's such a vivacious human, right? He's passionate about what he's talking about. I just love it. So welcome back to the team, Max. It's wonderful to have you. Now we have Beyond the Vault, 2 p.m. with Jean-Claude and Andy. So Max tunes in 1 to 1:30. Then we got Beyond the Vault, Beyond Crystal Code, Carla and Coco, those two beautiful beings, and then Beyond the News tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. You know it, with Janine and Jean-Claude. And that is all for me today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you many blessings in the week ahead, and may you be well. And